Hi, this is Paul Acevedo of Mobile Nations.
Hi, I'm David Wood from Mighty Play.
And what are we looking at today?
Today we're looking at Graffiti Collective, which is a graffiti-themed art creation game, location-based with augmented reality components. The impetus for the game, the inspiration for this game was a corporate tobacco memo where they had outlined hiring graffiti artists to go into the neighborhoods and create graffiti art to entice youths and a specific demographic to smoking. The essence of the game is creating graffiti art and using it to battle the artists that have been hired by Big Tobacco. It's a location-based game, so you need to actually get up and go out and attack these pieces that exist out in the world. It'll take your current location and it'll populate around you with the NPC pieces that are created by this nefarious organization that we made up. Is called Mfi Incorporated, just to sort of represent what they've been doing, what they've been trying to do. So you create art, and then you go out and you battle these pieces that are coming. So here we are on the map, and this is the Mfi Map View. We have two map views. One is for bad guys, and one is for good guys. In this view, you can see the red markers, and these are enemy pieces that have tagged up your area that you're responsible for. And these markers here represent pieces that you've taken down. So they turn blue when you get crossbones on them. And you have a certain area of effect around you, and you need to get that area of effect to intersect with the enemy piece, and then you can engage that piece by going through a mini game, depending on what type of artwork that you want to use. Mm-hmm. There's another view to this, and this is what we call TIV, which is Torque for the Collective, which is your team, or who you work with. And it'll show pieces that have been set up and that have been used to take on the MFI pieces. It's different types of pieces. Yours turn up green. Purple represents a set piece that is out in the world. Now, a set is basically a guild or a group of like-minded painters that come together that you can create within the game, and you have certain colors and fonts that you work with. And when you create pieces with that set, it identifies with your group of players, and you receive rewards that piece might get out in the world. Mm-hmm. So that's a bit of the collective aspect, and that's some of the social things that are in the game. So I'll go real quick to art creation, which is a big piece of the game. As you go through the game, you're leveling up and you're gaining what we call skills, and that's your currency within the game. And you can expand your toolkit. You can buy more pieces. You can buy fonts and colors and that sort of thing. So you just enter your text. It'll give you a basic outline. You select a font that you like, and then in this white area here is where you affect how the letters appear. So the more ink you add down here, the larger the letter, and where you put it also affects where the letters appear. So these will be low, and then this will make the letter bigger and up high. So you just work with this until you get it where you want it, so you get the right balance you want. And you can come in and go through some of the symbols that you've earned in the game while playing. Grab a heart and give it some colors and drop that right in there. Make that part of your piece. You can shrink it down a little bit if you want, make it bigger, move it wherever you want so that it looks good. Then you can start adding colors to those main letters that you've put in there. So let's go with an orange. Orange is good. Although we've already got the orange heart, so I'll try a little yellow. So you can come in and you can color your individual letters like this. And as you're working through this, you can do all sorts of different things. It's a very powerful editing tool, and it's very central to the game. So you can just color them in like this. You can start adding secondary colors if you want. You can add all sorts of different things here. We've got textures and things like that. And finally, there are some effects you can get in the game. This one just has one unlock, but there's many more effects that you can use that you apply to the whole piece. This one is a drop shadow that goes up, so I'll pull that and then you can see it a little better. This is quite an ugly piece since I rushed through it, but if you take your time and you use the right colors and you use the right symbols and you've been practicing a bit, you can really do a lot with this editor. So what I'll do is I'll take this piece, I'll save that, it adds it to what's called my piece book. which is where you keep all of your art. And that's where you draw your art when you want to attack an NPC, is you pull a piece that you've already created out of your piece book so that you can attack it. You can move it around, and what you're going to do is take one of the pieces out of your gallery. I'll choose something that Brad did because it's nicer than mine. And then basically you can superimpose this on items, and you can integrate it. You know, you can integrate it with a piece of artwork that someone's already done. You take the photo, and it's right on top of it. So then we could go into the gallery, and there it is.
Cool.
Again, you know, a very fast, sort of sloppy version of it, but you can really do some fun stuff with this AR component.
And they're shareable?
And they are shareable, yeah. You'll be able to share this, be able to post it to Facebook if you want. And we're also having a feature where you can, it'll save it to the device, so if you want to post it up to Instagram or any of your other photo sharing sites, you'll be able to do that as well. It's called Featured Pieces. It's also in your piece book. And you go in here, and it's just it's a collection of some nice inspirational pieces that were created by other artists. But again, eventually it'll be populated by community pieces. So if there's something that's really popular in the game, it'll make its way up here. And
cool.
Choosing popular is going to be easy for us because once you put a piece on the TIV map, it's available for props. And props is the currency in the game where players are allowed to basically give a thumbs up to a piece, and so that piece will collect thumbs up. So a really nice piece that's put out in the world either to destroy an MFI piece or just posted anywhere in the world as a TIV piece can be looked at by other players and given a thumbs up. So that's a way to sort of increase your notoriety. It increases the social aspect of the game. There are missions to go on. So your phone is, of course, where you're going to find all that, where you're going to get all that information from the world. Different missions that you can go on. You'll get messages from the collective headquarters. A lot of these have the facts in it. Here we back again to sort of getting the message out about what the tobacco companies are up to. So there'll be different facts in here that'll, sort of inform the player about what they're up against.